And right to our top story, and it is a bombshell. News that the longest held hostage in U.S. history, who disappeared in Iran 7 years ago, was in fact working for the CIA. This is something the government has always denied. NBC's Justice correspondent Pete Williams is on the story this morning. Pete, good morning. What can you tell us?
Well, Savannah, this information does shed some new light on what Bob Levinson, a former FBI agent, was up to when he vanished in Iran in the spring of 2007. Turns out he was doing some contract work for the CIA. Since the day Robert Levinson went missing overseas nearly 7 years ago after a meeting on Iran's Kish Island, the U.S. government has maintained that he was there on his own. Example, this from the State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki.
On March 9, 2007, Robert Levinson went missing during a business trip.
But now the AP and the Washington Post have revealed that he was actually there doing contract work for the CIA, something officials familiar with Levinson's case now confirm. But the stories say the CIA officials who dealt with him had no authority to approve what he was doing, and they say 10 agency employees have since been disciplined. The only known traces of Levinson surfaced 2 years ago when family members released still photos and a video they'd been sent in which he pleaded for help.
I am not in very good health. I am running very quickly out of diabetes medicine.
Iranian officials have steadfastly denied knowing anything about him.
Is he alive?
I should ask this question. I don't know. We don't know. How can we know that?
But now with a new, more moderate president in Iran, U.S. officials say they had hopes of getting more cooperation in finding Levinson. They say they strongly urged the AP against running a story now about Levinson's work for the CIA out of concern for his well-being. But in a statement, the AP said while it has been impossible to judge whether publication would put him at risk, the importance of the story about CIA mistakes justifies publication. Levinson's family expressed no objection to the AP and Post story, saying instead, quote, "The U.S. government has failed to make saving this good man's life the priority it should be. It is time," the family says, "for the U.S. government to step up and take care of one of its own." The family says some in the government have done their duty to help find him, but that too many have not. In late November, Robert Levinson became the longest-held hostage in U.S. history. Savannah.
And Pete, we've seen sort of a thawing, at least the Iranian officials and U.S. officials talking to each other, a potential deal over Iran's nuclear program. What do you know about any contact with the Iranians on this issue recently?
Well, over these years, the FBI and other government officials have made repeated trips to Geneva to meet with the Swiss, who've been acting as intermediaries, and there has been some contact with the Iranians directly, but one of the complications here is the U.S. has never been able to establish for certain where he is and who is holding him.
All right, Pete Williams with the latest on this story. Pete, thank you very much.